All right, guys, I'm not a collector, but I believe this is probably one of the very early generation of the Wilson Bohannan padlocks. The shape of the body is completely different than what they have today, and a couple other indicators on this. First of all, beautiful patina all over this thing. It's been around a long time. Shackle, it's in great shape. It's got a little surface rust on it, but no big deal, just perfect. Doesn't jiggle around or anything, not a lot of play in there. So typical good quality machine work from Wilson Bohannan. Another thing that would indicate the age on the bottom, this is a pretty wide open keyway from back in the day. A lot of locks had this style. So that would, be, again, be an indication of the age. They use a non-proprietary keyway. The other thing, this little bitty core, sometimes these are, on these old locks, you can actually shim them. I'm not sure if that's the case here. So they're non-shielded. This one looks like it might be shielded. Nope, it slides right in there. So we could shim this. So if the block were seized up, for example, we could slide that down the side of there. Well, it started to go, but it's getting caught up. There we go. It does slide down the side of there. We could shim it by manipulating the pins. You guys have seen me do that before, but we're not going to do that today. Just too time consuming. Just beautiful little lock. The key also is just beautiful. This is the original Wilson Bohannan scroll work on side of here with their logo in the center there. On the other side, normally that little plate would have the bidding engraved on it, but the bottom of the lock doesn't have the bidding on it, so I guess that's why they didn't engrave the key. But the bidding is just awesome on this thing. Check that out. Really low cut, so you've really got to work your way under him to get it. All these guys hiding in the back, so a lot of high lows, high lows. Looks like 5 pins. It is a pin tumbler, so when we look in there, we can see the rounded first pin. It works just beautifully. 45 degrees, pops right out, and you can see the spring-loaded locking pawl right there as I turn the key. And when we look at the shackle, you can see cutouts on both sides. There's one on the left here and one over here. So there's probably 2 locking pawls on this thing. So I know this is a lock-picking channel, but let's see if we can find some shims here. A couple of medium ones. Let's see if we can do this. All right, so all I'm going to do is just fit it around here and slide it on this side first. Just work it in there. Try to work it in there. It is pretty tight. I got to give it credit. Really tight. All right, let me start in the back and then rotate it around like so. Nope, not ready yet. Let's try that other one. Maybe that's the wrong size. And there we go. There's the first one. Let me try it. Oh, there we go. One side only. So no 2 locking pawls, just one. Okay, well, let's go into the picking part because this is just going to be quite a challenge. Let's give it a shot. Jason said he could not pick this one, so let's try it. I know it works, so it must be pickable, right? See if that's right. We'll try that. And since it's a wide open keyway, again, I'm going to use this little 25 thousandths hybrid from Sparrows. It works great on open keyways. Plus, it allows me to apply just a lot of pressure on the pins. I'm going to try to kind of bully it a little bit first. Wilson Bohannan doesn't usually like that. And I think this is no exception. I'm going to lighten up on my tension, not waste time with that bullying stuff. Little click on pin 3. That was pin 5. Pin 3 again. That was pin 4, pin 5. I think I'm going to lighten up on my tension even more. That was pin 3 again. A lot of snapping around in there. Looking for a binder. Pin 2, gave me another click. That was pin 4, another click. This thing probably needs some lube. And there we go. All right, tough little lock, as are all Wilson Bohannans. You got that turn, but the shackle now is not coming. There we go. I wasn't turning it quite far enough. Wilson Bohannan, they make great locks. Even back in the day, a lot of good tolerances on these pins are quite a challenge sometimes to get open. Jason, it is possible, but I got to tell you, sometimes I find standard pins more difficult to pick than security pins. And I think this is a perfect example, this old Wilson Bohannan. Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe, stay legal. Jason, thanks for sending a lock in. Thanks, guys.